and I now give the floor to the representative of the Russian Federation.
Thank you, Madam President. We are grateful to today's speakers, the Special Representative of Secretary General on Somalia, Michael Keating, and the Special Representative of the Chairperson of the African Union Commission and Head of the African Union Mission in Somalia, Francisco Madera, as well as the Executive Director of the UN Women, Phumzile Mlambo Nguku. We're very happy to see in the room our new Ethiopian colleague. We wish him success and are ready to closely cooperate with him in the Council. We welcome the progress that has been achieved between Mogadishu and the federal member states in restoring Somalian statehood. In this context, we particularly would like to note progress on issues of constitutional reform, development of legislative basis for conducting general elections in 2020 and 2021, as well as the signature of an agreement on the sharing of revenue from the extraction of natural resources. At the same time, we call on all political players in Somalia to iron out their differences exclusively through peaceful ways. We note the mediation efforts in this area of the president of the country and also of the Intergovernmental Authority on Development and the Special Representative of the Secretary General on Somalia. This kind of activity is particularly important, bearing in mind that the challenges to the security of Somalia remain very significant. The terrorist organizations Al-Shabaab and ISIL continue to use the territory of the country for their sabotage activity. The Somalian authorities will have to have a lot to do to counter these threats. Now, what's particularly necessary is effective joint work to build the national security infrastructure. The priority task here is to ensure the transfer of responsibility for the security of the country to the Somalis themselves. In this connection, we'd like to, in particular, thank the African Union Mission in Somalia, AMISOM, which continues to make its enormous contribution to the normalization of the situation in this country. In current conditions, it's important to adapt the mission not only to a changing situation on the ground, but also to make sure that its reconfiguration goes hand in hand with the consolidation of Somalian law enforcement and security structures. We are ready to discuss the modalities of financing AMISOM from the UN budget. Now, no less important is progress in the area of state building and creating viable institutions of government, especially social institutions. The very acute humanitarian challenges that the country faces require the most urgent attention. We support appeals to ensure an active participation of women in these processes. Madam President, latest developments in the region allow us to express some hope about the future of the Horn of Africa. The positive momentum which began with the normalization of relations between Ethiopia and Eritrea has now spread to the entire subcontinent. We are convinced that steps undertaken by the states of the region, including Somalia, in reestablishing good neighborly relations among the nations located there will ultimately lead to the much longed for stability and prosperity. We wish every success to the nations of the Horn of Africa in this endeavor, and we're ready to support them wholeheartedly here. I would also like to express our gratitude to Michael Keating for his very useful work in Somalia over the past 3 years. We wish you every success in your future endeavors. Thank you.
I thank the representative of the Russian Federation.